Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Browning high power. First, I want to start by saying I hope you guys out there had a happy New Year. I hope you didn't party too hard. I was actually at a friend's party. It was very short number of us. And we played board games and I had champagne for the second time, and it was as gross as the first time I ever had it. But I had a good time. Like I said, I hope you guys stayed safe out there. And like I said in the previous video I did, from the last gun show I went to, I got a few things, but one of the things I got was that high power, and I figured I did take it out shooting a while back, and figured I'd do a review, or just to show you, some of the features on the gun. So this is it right here. This is it's very I gotta say it's not as heavy. Even for it being a double stack pistol, it's not as heavy as 1911. It's a little bit much lighter. I think this weighs 31 ounces. The 1911 weighs 39 ounces. But it fits very nicely in my hand. I forgot the big hands, so the double stack fits pretty well. I was able to get a good grip on it when I go shooting. I shoot a Weaver stance when I shoot automatics. This gun's Parkerized. It has I think it's a 4 5/8 inch barrel. It's a 9mm. And for one thing, first I want to say this. I've always said I want this to be my first 9mm, and I think I have to say that this may be my last. Not because there's nothing wrong with this gun, but I'm not all that thrilled about 9mm, about the cartridge. I pondered, wondering, was there ever going to be another 9mm I was ever going to own? And I thought about the Beretta M9. I thought about a Glock 17. But to be quite frank, I think this is the only one I think I want to own. I can't think of any other 9mm caliber pistol that I want to have in my collection. I think this is it, and it was very accurate. Me and a friend of mine, the range we went to, we shot at a distance of 7 and 10 yards. And I was able to keep all my shots on the silhouette, on the full size silhouette. It's been a while since he shot, so he was off, but his grouping was really good. He kept a lot of his shots together. Some of the features this gun has, it's single action, and that's another thing. I like single action handguns. I'm not all that thrilled about double action handguns. I don't like the long trigger pull. And I like the simplicity of a single action. It has fairly high visible sights. You can see how high the front blade is, as well as the rear sight. Now these there are notches on the sights. I think there was at one point white paint inside the notches, and they may have come off, may have flaked off. So what I hope to do is get some glow in the dark paint, and use those to paint the sights. I think it'd be cool, kind of for it to have that feature. I don't want to replace the sights at all. I just want to maybe do that enhancement to them. The grips that came with this gun were Pachmayr, and it's one grip. It goes on and folds on both sides, and there are screws. There's a flathead screw right there, and right there. It holds it in place. This has ambidextrous safety, so you can see there's a safety on both sides. One of the things that was that I looked up online, and someone mentioned to me, and one of the comments in the comment section of my previous video, was that when you get a chance, take the magazine disconnect out. Now this gun did have, because I took it out, it had a magazine safety, where the hammer would not fall unless there was a magazine inserted into the magazine well. And when I went online, looked up how to take it out, And in fact, actually, I took it out once before because I wanted to clean the gun up, and I wanted to see how I just wanted to see how well it handled, and I decided it fired well. A lot of people said the trigger is a bit more crisper with the magazine safety out. I haven't noticed. I haven't shot it since I took it out. Since I taken it out, but I did take it apart when I got back from the range after shooting it, and I took that sucker out. So one thing the magazine safety did do was made magazine dropping a lot more difficult. Now this mag, this is a polished mag. This is a ram line. What's interesting about this magazine, as I said before, this one has a flat rolled spring. So this is a 15 round magazine. The standard capacity for Browning high powers is a 13. And they call it a high power because it was the first double stack. First pistol with a double stack magazine. So at the time, 13 rounds was pretty high. I'll unload it. To take this gun apart. Oh yeah, since like I said, I took the magazine out, so now the safety off. Hammer falls fine without the magazine in it. This doesn't have a grip safety like the 1911 has, but it's still very still very comfortable in the hand. I'm gonna just do a simple field strip. I'll show you how to take this apart. First thing we're gonna do is you're gonna have your hammer cocked back, and there's the safety has a notch on it, and there's a takedown notch right here. So you can see that in the camera. So what you do is you pull back until the safety hits the takedown notch, and there's also a button on this side. Now, if you try to push if you try pushing that button to push the slide release off, the slide release is not going to come out. So what you got to do is you lift up on the slide release, and then you hear a click, and it'll push back out. There you go. And then you want to hold your slide, because once you push the safety down, the recoil spring will push the slide forward. So there you go. Now, if you notice, this gun doesn't the trigger mechanism. It uses a transfer bar that's on the slide, so you'll see like a tab pop up when I pull the trigger. That trips the transfer bar, which then trips the sear in the back. That's the sear. If I push down on that, the hammer will fall. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, the gun it broke down fairly simple. At least as far as this part goes. The hardest part I had was with the trigger assembly, taking all that out, and the gun worked. The gun was very clean on the inside when I got it. I can tell it has been used. It has been used in a long time, because there was actually some surface rust on the inside by the mainspring, but that came off. It came off very quickly with some tri-flow. So you take your there's your guide rod, and there's your recoil spring. You just pull back on that. It comes out, and then your barrel. Just pull back and lift up, and that's it. It has the same. You need further disassembly. It kind of takes on the same way as a 1911. There's your firing pin, and there's the firing pin stop plate that holds it in place. This one does have an external extractor. I read that this change was made. Mustache keeps itching my nose. This change was made because there were some breakages on the internal extractors that was seen on the first generation of Browning high powers. And I don't think I've taken this out. I don't think I've taken the extractor out. I didn't need it. I didn't have a need to at the time. Let's see. We put this back together. You see, you have your slide. Take your barrel. Push it all the way in. Oh yeah, this barrel also has like the same grooves on the top of it as like a 1911 barrel. Just wanted to point that out. Take your spring. and guide rod. Now, if you want to know how, what's the proper way of putting this in, the ball detent that's on the inside has to be facing up. Of course, with the slide upside down, the ball detent has to be facing up. So you push in. It goes in like that. The reason why it has to be facing up is because now on the slide release, there's if you see that groove cut out on that on part of the slide release right there. When you put the gun back together, it's gonna go in like this, and the ball detent has to fit into that groove. So if you put it in, that's basically how it would assemble. Pull it out. You take your frame, put in the grooves. Same as with same as before with the takedown notch. You bring your slide all the way back. Trying to do this so you can see it on camera. There we go. I guess there's one of the benefits of having an ambidextrous safety. You can, do this on camera on the other side. Then you just drop your safety. There you go. And the function test. Remember, I took the magazine safety out, safety off. Hammer falls. It's very smooth. It's very this gun was very very tight. It does have a little bit of rattle to it, but it functioned very well. I plan to do a bit more shooting with it as time goes by, and what I want to do eventually is to start reloading 9mm. I figure I'd do the standard. I do the standard weights when it comes to reloading. So like 115 seems to be the standard. I do normally when I shoot 45s or 357s, I reload heavier rounds. But I think with 9mm, I'm gonna stick with the 115 grain. I just gotta find a powder that will give me a lot for a small amount. So I don't necessarily reload based on accuracy or anything. I reload on bulk. I like to do bulk reloading. Because I don't do competition shooting. But for a hobby, just a simple hobby, I like to reload in bulk. And this is it. Like I said, it's very comfortable. Feels very nice in my hand. This gun was featured in. Let's see. I remember going back to The Walking Dead. This was Merle had a 1911. Merle had a Browning high power, in which Rick relieved him of it, and he used it when they got to the box truck. The Browning high power was also in the new Mad Max film, Mad Max Fury Road. Max he had a high power for he briefly had one, and what other films? Oh, Beverly Hills Cop. Axel Foley carried I keep saying 1911. He carried a Browning high power. I got used to used to the fact that I own one of these now. Hey, I'll tell you what. In the comment section, if you can think of another movie where a Browning high power was used, or a TV show, please just type in the comment section. See what trivia we'll find out from this firearm. Simple loading. Put your magazine in. Safety's off, and there you go. That's it. It's the Browning high power. Like I said, I think that's going to be the only 9mm handgun I ever own. I can't think of anyone other ones out there, especially one that's a steel frame. I love steel. I love all steel handguns. That's not to say I wouldn't buy one that has a polymer frame, but so far I like there's a saying that the bike industry steel is real, and so I think I say it applies to handguns as well. But tell me what you think. You think it was a good purchase? Anyone else out there have Browning high powers? got any tips or tricks you want to share, please leave them in the comment section and make a video response. I'd be happy to see what you guys out there think. Gripes, complaints, send me a PM. It's 2016, same procedure. But I guess I'm very happy with this purchase. Maybe someday I'll do a shooting video where you actually see me shooting it. But we'll see how things go. But that's my video. Browning High Power. I'm Edward Jones. Thanks for watching.